Yes. Good morning, Beat Ball Central. Lily, you can't jump on that. Welcome to the Bolingbrook Beat Ball Bash, sponsored by the Bolingbrook Lions Club here in Bolingbrook, Illinois. It's almost a tongue twister. It's Megan Martin. I have Dave Benny here with me, and
hello, everybody. DB here. I get to sit next to Megan Martin. It's been a while.
it
She's going
has.
to get me back in the saddle again. This is the first day that I have streamed games this year. And looks like we are about to get going already, huh, Megan?
Yes, it does.
Edge are in the field. Houston coming up to bat. The Houston batting order will go like this. Tanner Gears is going to lead it off. Joe Fleeks, who had the walk-off in the last game, their win over Minnesota, he bats second. Batting third will be Marvin Morgan. Mike Coughlin will bat fourth. Darryl Miner fifth. And Randy George will round out the lineup. Fonzie Madrano is the pitcher.
You can touch it.
The Indy Edge out on defense.
We have Eric Rodriguez in a front left 3. Mark Morris in a deep left 3. Nick Mulheron, front middle. We have Corey White in a back middle. Then we have Corian White in a front right 3, and Justin Holland in a deep right 3.
The Edge are coming off of a 13-4 win over the Indy Thunder earlier today, and the Bayou City Heat, they had to scratch and claw for theirs and got a 15-14 win. Again, Joe Fleeks drove in the game winner in the bottom of the 6th. The Indy Edge have not lost this season, come in 9-0, 8-0, I guess technically, because there were only 3 games in Greenwood. The Bayou City Heat's only loss this season came back in March in Austin at the very first tournament to San Antonio. Both teams are 1-0. The winner of this game will be in the driver's seat to play in tomorrow's championship game. Other games going on at this time right now on other fields, you'll have the Minnesota Millers and the Indy Thunder, Cleveland Scrappers and the San Antonio Jets, and the Austin Blackhawks and the Chicago Comets.
I greatly appreciate Evie here with me because he knows everything about what's going on and I know nothing, and he is really good at filling in the spaces between.
But Megan will be the eyes that help our ears. It is a beautiful day here. We lucked out with the weather this year at Bolingbrook. It's been unpredictable at best in the last few years, but it's we got some sun. It's, you know, low 70s probably. Couldn't ask for better beat ball. Almost no wind. Here we go, y'all. Appears to me the Edge have the first base sideline and the Heat have the third base sideline. We're about ready to go.
Right.
What colors are the teams wearing, Megan?
The Indy Edge are wearing a Carolina blue jersey and black shorts, and we're playing the Blackhawks.
The Heat.
We're playing the Heat. I apologize. I always screw that up. Are wearing orange and black.
It's in the air, that first pitch. And right, Mark! Oh, Eric, I'm sorry, that wasn't Mark. Eric Rodriguez.
Eric Rodriguez, number 2 with the out. For number 20, Tanner. It was a ground ball, I think.
Yep, right to him. It's like he knew where it was going. And I'll tell you what, it's going to take some getting used to seeing that number 2 on Eric Rodriguez. So used to him having worn 7 in his career, but same story, man. He's picking him up. Joe Fleeks, the hero of their win earlier today.
Joe was on the Indy Edge last year.
That's right. But he's from Houston. He started his career with Houston, and now he's back, and it looked like he's hitting very well.
Yay! Swing and miss for a strike 1. Joseph Fleeks is number 11.
getting Tanner Gears to start the game is a really good thing. He's one of the best hitters in the league, so good start for the Edge.
Ooh. He hits it straight down a left 2.
Over to Eric.
Right into Mark
Morris backing him up.
Way to go, Mark.
Left side of the Edge defense looking tight early with Rodriguez and Morris. I thought that Erod might be able to get over there to cut that off on the line, but Mark backed him up.
It was a pretty hard hit.
Good team defense.
So it went right past E, although he did try to get it.
He goes to the line as well as anybody in the sport. Eric does, and Mark backs him up.
Yes.
That's really good looking left side of that defense.
It is very good. We have number 23, Marvin McGrath, maybe? Marvin Morgan. I can't read the back of the
He
shirt
was an
very well.
offensive all-star last year with the USA Legends,
Ooh.
which was put together just for 1 year. Marvin Morgan was actually a professional football player before he lost his sight.
I did not know that.
Cowboys, and I believe, I want to say maybe New York Giants too.
Yeah.
He had been drafted by them. I'd have to ask him. He did play in the pros.
That is very cool.
And don't let his age fool you. He can still hit.
All right. Swing and a miss. Whew. Fonzie is pitching, correct?
Fonzie Medrano is the pitcher
Yes.
for the Bayou City Heat from Houston.
He is one of my favorite pitchers to watch because he is so animated.
He does. He's intense, to say the least.
Yes. Swing and miss. So I'm going to go with it's the animation, which makes my favorite top pitchers to watch. Fonzie, Kevin, and Nikolai from the Comets.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't pitch as much anymore. In
Yeah.
fact, I think he's retired. He's training. He's training a couple of guys to pitch for them.
But those are my 3 favorites to
3
watch.
strikes.
Ooh.
Oh no, that's 4. That's it. 3 up, 3 down. Can't ask for a better start than that for the Indy Edge. They'll come to bat in the bottom of the first. Looking to get on the board, and the Indy Edge lineup. These all should be familiar names, top to bottom. Eric Rodriguez leads off.
Number 2.
And then he will be followed in the batting order by Nick Mulheron.
Number
10.
22.
Oh, 22.
22 is Nick
Is
Mulheron.
Mulheron. Corian White.
Is number 11.
Corey White.
Number 3.
Oh, he kept his 3. Okay. He kept that. And then you've got, Justin Holland.
At number 6.
And Aaron.
Nope.
No,
we
Mark
have
Morris.
Mark
They
Morris
switched it up.
at number 9.
So again, since I butchered that so bad, Rodriguez, Mulheron, Corian White, Corey White, Justin Holland, and Mark Morris, hitting off of Kyle Kennedy.
Yes.
All right, so Corian and Eric did change numbers when they came over to the Edge. Corey did not. He was 3. Corian was 6. Eric was 7. Now Eric is 2 and Corian's 11.
We have Kyle Kennedy pitching, and we have Jason Boggs returning to the catcher position here for game 2. Oh, I always screw that up. I apologize. We have Johnny Boggs catching, and hopefully I won't screw that up again, but I'm sure that I will. So I'm sorry.
So Eric will lead it off. Eric, they held Eric out of the tournament last weekend, a little bit banged up. Eric tends to shine in Bolingbrook. I think he's snagged an award here every year of his career, and in fact, back in 2017, Eric Rodriguez had a perfect weekend in Bolingbrook. He came to the plate 18 times and scored all 18 times that week.
That is very impressive.
First time I've ever seen that done. So Bolingbrook is his stage. Foul ball right
Swing
there.
and miss? Or actually, it was a
there.
foul ball.
He's there. The key defender for Houston is going to be Mike Cogman up short. He's a good defender. That's on the.
Ooh, that's a short ball.
Let's see if Mike can get it. He did.
Pull it out. by number 43, Coughlin.
Mike Coughlin. Yeah, it looks like Coughlin, but it's pronounced Coughlin.
Coughlin. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah, he won't forgive me if I let that one go by. So, but that's a nice play there. So both teams picking up some balls early. Eric wished he would have gotten that in the air, I think. Nick Mulherron to the plate.
Yes.
One of my favorite players to watch.
We have all right-handed batters here on the Indy edge.
Yeah, that's interesting. So did the Jets. No lefties. Here's a strike.
Yep, swing and miss for strike 1.
0-1. Do the Edge have a lefty even on their bench? I don't know that there's a lefty on the roster for the Indy Edge.
I don't think so at
I
the
don't
moment.
think there is for the Jets either. 2 strikes.
Swing and miss for
As opposed to the Comets, who have 2 or 3 lefties. Most batters in beat baseball, though, are right-handed hitters.
pass ball. I think most people, well, one, do you think that's partly because most people are generally right-handed?
Yes. Even in baseball, you're going to see more righties than lefties.
Yes. As a foul ball hit maybe 10 feet from the plate. All right.
Nick, he was an all-star last year.
Yes.
He was the batting champion for the league his rookie year in 2018.
Oh, wow.
Nick got started quick, and he has not stopped.
Ooh. High fly ball over to the left.
All right, now see, that means he was right on top of his bat, so they're where they need to be. Now, if Kyle throws that pitch again and Nick swings like that again, he should get a good fly ball out to the outfield.
Ooh.
Oh, and that's a line drive down the left field line, foul right past us.
Yes.
We should not be in foul ball territory here, but if somebody's real early and strong like he is, they can jerk one over here, so we can be ready. The Edge, the #1 ranked team in the country right now, according to our latest nation poll. Houston ranked #3, though.
It's going to be a very good game, DB.
It should be. And you know, Houston wants to come back off of they won their first game, but didn't go the way that I think that they thought it might. Minnesota played really, really well.
So we got some stiff competition here at this tourney.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, that's a very short
That's
grounder.
a short one, and Coughlin
Just
should have
about a 1.5
it.
foot.
He beat it out. He beat it out. And you know, that's the difference between Texas grass and Illinois grass. Okay, if that was Texas grass, that ball would have rolled on out to him. Illinois grass, you got to be ready to charge those.
It was only like about a
Right.
1.5 over the pitcher's line.
On the 40-foot line, man.
Yeah.
It was a swinging bunt for Nick Mulherron, but he'll take it any way he can get it. The Edge lead 1-0. Here come the White brothers. God, I love watching these kids play. Call them kids. They're not kids anymore, but they were when they started. Corian White first, and then Corey.
How old were they when they started?
Corian had to have been 14, 15 maybe. Corey
wow.
started a couple years before him, so they were both teenagers.
Oh, wow. So they were young.
Of course, they were vital parts of the Thunder dynasty as they were winning their championships.
And that has sort of crumbled. But they look like they're rebuilding with some very experienced players.
Yeah, the average age of that team has doubled, I think, in the last 9 months. But it's good that at least they're competing.
Yes. Ooh, nice line drive.
Crushing
to
them.
us.
Oh, what a play! Randy George with the play. And I'll tell you what, they added him this year for defense. They picked up him and Mike Coughlin, Randy George and Mike Coughlin, who were New Jersey Titans last year.
Right in his mitt.
They picked him up, and they've each made a putout and a nice play right into the mid of Randy George.
Yes.
2 outs.
Very good play.
My goodness, I thought when Corian hit that, that was getting through. 33, Randy George on the putout.
Randy is playing what looks like a deep left
He
4.
was the last man back, and he made that play. If that gets by him, it's over. Here's Corey White,
A deep left 3.
the hero of last year's World Series.
Swing and miss.
Boy, does he have a swing.
Strike 1. I can't wait to see him. We'll get to see him in the next line. Then top of the second.
Just foul down the left field line. He was a little bit early.
He can get a hold of it.
That was just solidly past us. We are on the third
Yes.
base side of home plate here, so the foul balls that go down the third base line are flying right by us. This is an odd spot. I've never streamed a game with you here. We're usually behind the plate.
Yes, we
Somebody
are.
must have told you could get a better camera angle or something from here.
No, I left during the first game to go get a tripod, and then I decided just to not move after I came back.
Well, I will say this makes it tougher on the commentator who's blind because it's harder to hear from where we're at, but that's okay.
We can move if you'd like.
We'll do this for today, but the championship game tomorrow would be helpful to be closer.
Okay.
Plus, your audience can hear the game better if you're closer.
Yes.
They're barely going to be able to hear it.
That was a swing and miss.
3 strikes now on Corey.
Pass ball for a full count.
They've gone as far as they can go. 2 outs, bottom of the first, full count. 1 run in.
Foul ball went straight up and back near the scorer's table.
Again, when he fouls it right back, that means the timing's good.
All right, come on, Kyle Kennedy. Ooh, foul ball went straight up.
So Corey and Kyle are hanging tough here with 3 strikes, trying to get that ball in play.
Now, we had a couple innings like this the last game with Corey. He wants that ball, but he will stay alive with some fouls till he hits it down. It's a line drive. Ooh, he hits a nice pop up to mid 2. He's already. Oh, he missed the base.
He missed the base. Ooh, a rare mistake, a missed base by Corey White.
That is.
What happened was, and you heard the base go off because what he did was he hit the cord instead of the base and disconnected it, but yeah, they argue they usually won't give you that call. If you hit the cord and not the base, they don't consider that a part of the bag, and so they're going to call that a missed base, and unfortunately I think this play is going to stand.
Yes.
So that's the end of the first inning. A little bit of a rough start there, but the Edge got one.
Who got that out? All right, it was either 33 or 43 that got the out. It was 43. I don't know who got the out. Who got that out?
Who's 43?
43 is Mike, but
Oh no, that was too deep to be Coughlin.
Oh, okay.
yeah, he did miss it and come back to it.
Before they got it up?
Oh,
Are they still discussing this?
they are discussing that apparently. Well, people on the sidelines are discussing it, but
But they've already switched up their defense, so the play is going to stand. I think.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to the top of the second. 1-0 Edge on a run by Nick Mulherrin. And it'll be the bottom third of the Bayou City Heat order coming up. So that would be, let's see, Coughlin, and then Daryl
Daryl.
Miner and Randy George.
Yep. Numbers 43, 18, and 33, respectively.
Wake up!
Who is this catcher that they've got playing for the Bayou City Heat?
That's a good question. I don't know the
No.
answer to that.
Got Justin.
I do not know his name either.
They did not give us a complete roster. So I have players, but I do not have their catcher. Unfortunately, it takes them a little longer for whatever reason to change up sides, so this game's going to be a little bit longer than some of the other ones you've seen. Houston sort of notorious throughout their history for being sort of, they like to take their time.
Yeah, but this isn't Houston. This is Bayou City.
Well, they used to be the Houston Bombers, so I still slip up and call them Bayou City.
Oh, really?
Or call them Houston. They were the Houston Bombers. Actually, in fact, when they won their championship, they were the Houston Bombers. At
Wow.
some point became the Bayou City Heat. Because now you got two Houston teams. You got the Bayou City Heat, you got the new Houston Hurricanes,
Ooh,
who we'll see at the World Series.
that will be exciting.
It's John Stark's team, and Blake Boudreau and some of those guys are on down there now.
Now, when people join a baseball team, like there is a lot of switching back and forth. This is my third year streaming, although the last year it was very late into it. Or the first year it was very late into the season and just one, I think, tournament. And then last year it was all season long, but mainly the World Series because our youngest plays baseball. And then this year we hit up both indie tournaments and here in Bolingbrook today. But I have noticed that there is a lot of transfers among players. So how does that work?
There's more than usual. There's been more than usual in the past year or two. Well, I mean, nobody's under contract to play this sport. Now, there is a deadline where you can, where you have to submit rosters and then they have to be set. But from year to year, you will see players change teams. I've been with a few. In fact, in my career, I started with the Chicago Comets back in the late 90s and played with the Indy Thunder for a while. The RHI Extreme when Leo was leading that ship, and then the San Antonio Jets for several years.
Do you expect to see that change at all in years or seasons to come, DB?
No, I don't, unless we went to like a draft process where everybody, no. I mean, as long as we're an amateur sport, team players can come and go as they choose. And the Edge have benefited greatly from the player movement. You talk about Justin Holland, Eric Rodriguez, and the White brothers. You've got four of the best in the country that weren't here last year that are with the Edge this year, and now the Edge of the team to beat.
Ooh,
Coughlin.
he hits it to a left two.
Mark
It goes
Morris.
past Rodriguez.
Morris!
Ooh,
Mark Morris!
and a put out by number 9, Mark Morris.
That's his second of the game over there already, so he's got 2 putouts over there, and Eric has 1.
All right. We have number 18, Daryl. up to
Daryl
bat.
Miner, and he at one time was probably the most feared hitter in the league. And he started back in the 90s, and especially when I started playing, he was like Corey White or one of these guys, almost impossible to get out because he was so fast and he could hit the ball so high. He can still do it, but he's not quite as fast anymore after 30 years or so.
Who do you think is the player to look out for in regards to batting
For which team?
for any of them?
Well, in
Or
this
give
game,
us the top 3.
in this game, for Houston, I would say that their leadoff batter, Tanner Gears, is definitely a player I would watch.
Me?
And for the Thunder, or for the Edge, I mean, it could be any of them. I've got to stop doing it. You have so many old Thunder players here now. I always say the White brothers. Anytime they're playing, I say watch them.
That's all right.
It's just dynamic.
Ooh, that was a short hit down the
Eric's
line.
coming up, and he's got it in the
Job,
corner. Eric in the coffin corner.
He was in my way.
Hooah!
That ball's right on the
A
line.
put out by number 2, Eric
You know,
Rodriguez.
and he makes that look easy, but it's not, because you got the base on, and he's coming a long way up to that up and over. And they're calling it a foul ball. Yep. When he picked it up, apparently it was foul, and that even makes Eric's play even more impressive. The fact that he tracked that all the way in foul territory and still beat the runner to the base. It was incredible. So when he touched it, it was in foul territory, therefore foul ball.
All right. So that counts as a strike, not an out. Daryl Miner, 18, is back up at the plate.
Yeah, some pretty good hustle by Rod, though.
Very good hustle.
They had to come a long way.
Yes, he did.
Back to the plate and get him set. This is what I mean. It takes forever.
Swing and miss for strike 3. I'm going to have to say Fonzie is probably my most favorite pitcher to watch. Just because of the animation.
It was Kevin Simpson when he was, well, I mean, Jared has got to be up there too.
Jared is an amazing
I love
pitcher.
watching Jared pitch.
But I feel like I am going more for, I guess, the animation.
Look at that hit.
That was a hit down right.
And that's a run. And Miner nails that base. You could hear the pop as he tackled that base.
That was a line drive down a right 4.
Yeah, he went opposite field with it too. That was a good hit by Miner, and you can see he can still run even after all this. He may not be a 4.5 second base time anymore, but he can still get down there. And so the Heat are on the board. They've tied it at 1.
It was a very good hit. It was in a pocket out here, a deep right 4 pocket where there is nobody on the Indy edge.
Look, you know, when you only have 6 defenders covering the field, you're going to give up something.
Yes.
And that was the gap, and Daryl Miner found it. All right, now Mark, Randy George at the bottom of the lineup. 1 out, 1 in, tie game, top of the second.
Speaking of pitchers, I love to watch all the pitchers. But my favorites are the ones, for whatever reason, I enjoy the ones that are the most animated. And Fonzie is by far the most animated, and
He's got a lot of body language.
yes, he does.
There.
Swing and miss for a strike 2.
There you go.
Randy George, he's not gonna hit the ball 180 feet, but he's got some speed.
Ooh, he hits the
Down the line, Eric, over.
pass Eric. Put out.
Mark again.
Morris.
Look at Mark Morris.
Ooh, that's 2 putouts in this game.
That is more than that. That's 3. He had 1 in the first inning, and he had
yes.
2 in this inning. So
3.
he's got 3 of their 5 outs already. Eric's got 1, and they've got a strikeout, as I recall.
Yes.
And so back to the top now, and Tanner Gears, who grounded out to Eric to open the game.
And number 20, Tanner, what is his last
Tanner
name?
Gears.
Tanner Gears. I learn all kinds of interesting stuff from DB when we're commentating together. That's why he's my favorite.
Oh, I'll try not to let it go to my head.
All right. It's okay if you do. Swing and miss.
Now, when Tanner Gears is on, he's not hitting ground balls. He's hitting high hangers. He can really get it up there. And he's got a lot of speed. That's why he's so effective as a leadoff hitter.
That's a foul ball.
He's right there. He's trying to get the top of his bat. You can tell Fonzie, if he's going to miss him, he wants to miss high. He doesn't want another ground ball to Eric. Or Mark.
It's a foul ball. About 3 feet from the 40-foot pitcher's line. And maybe about 10 feet from the third baseline. All right, he's got 3 against him. DB, we have 16 people joining us today on the stream.
Wonderful, and we welcome wherever you may be. We are in beautiful Bolingbrook, Illinois, in the southwest suburbs of Chicago. Bayou City Heat and Indy Edge, top of the second, 2 outs, tie game. 1-1. Tanner Gears at the plate for Houston. The Bayou City Heat of Houston.
Swing and miss for a strikeout. All right, that ends the top of the second inning. The score is tied at 1-1. The Indy Edge are up to bat. Number 6, Justin Holland, will lead this inning off.
All right. So the Edge got their run from Nick Mulheron in the first, and the Heat got their run from Daryl Miner in the second. So going to the bottom of the second, Justin Holland's going to lead it off.
Where is Justin Holland from?
He is from Carolina. He is a North Carolina guy. He came up with the Georgia teams. He played with the Athens Timberwolves for a year or two, and played with Atlanta last year. Was a big part of what they did, placing. They placed 7th or 8th last year, and now with the Edge, there is no team in Carolina.
Well, we are excited to have him here. He seems to be a very
be.
integral part of the Indy Edge.
You should be excited to have him. He's a stud.
He is a stud.
And he seems like a really good team, bench play. A really good bench guy and teammate. He just seems like a good team player too.
He is a very good team player. I've had the chance to talk with his mom and dad, Todd and Red, and get to know them over the past couple weeks, and I absolutely adore them. They're very, very kind.
Seem like they're good people.
They are very good people, so it is good. Ooh, swing and miss. First strike for Justin Holland, number 6.
Holland has home run power. He hasn't hit one this year, but he hit a couple of them last year for Atlanta.
Swing and miss for strike 2. Brian Holland says, thanks for streaming. You're very welcome, Brian.
He's there now.
Ball.
He found him. The first 2 swings were clean misses, but now he's found him. Going to hang in there. These guys are good 3-strike hitters, I've noticed. They'll foul off pitches until they get one. And that's good. I mean,
it's all right. It keeps them alive.
Well, and that's, that sets a pitcher's mind at ease, knowing that even with 3 strikes, he's got a guy who's going to hang in there.
Ooh, he hits a nice grounder to a right 3, straight to number 20.
Tanner Gears on the right side of the defense with the putout, and he can get the ground balls if you hit it straight to him. He's not known for his defense; he's known for his hitting. But Tanner can make that play, and he did. 1 out, and the Edge need to work on trying to get some balls off the ground here.
Yes.
We're hitting a lot of ground balls here early. Here's Mark Morris.
Good job, Aaron.
Number 9, Mark Morris is up to bat. We hear electric scooter go by.
You'll hear carts. They've got carts that they haul stuff around here at the tournament, so every once in a while you'll hear theirs. We'll even have some plane noise every once in a while. There's a municipal airport close to here, a small one.
Foul ball. Went straight to the catcher's glove.
Mark Morris had a nice tournament last weekend, I saw. He snagged an award.
Yes, he did. Very impressive. Foul ball, straight.
Mark has just improved so much through hard work in this sport. He works his tail off to be the best baseball player he can be. I remember his rookie year. He was my teammate with the Thunder.
Nice hit.
We got it by Coughlin. George. Coughlin and George working together back there, and I think that was Randy George who picked that up.
It was Randy George who picked that up.
We're making good contact. It looks like the edge are making good contact, but it doesn't seem like we're getting the fat part of the ball here.
They're checking to make sure.
Oh.
We're going to review this one too. Yeah, this is a typical Houston game. We're going to review every other play here, it looks like. Let's see what happens here. I thought he had it up, but the ball has to be off the ground, under control, and away from the body for possession to be considered and a put out to be recorded. And he said no control, and the run scores. All right. So we've had one reversed Houston's way, and we've had one reversed the Edge's way, Megan.
Yes, we have.
2-1, Indy.
And we return to the top of the lineup for Indy Edge, number 2, Eric Rodriguez.
Boy,
E-Rod.
that's all you can ask for the 6th batter in your order, the guy who's flipping the lineup, is to put the ball in play somewhere and score.
Yes.
That's just huge, because now you got your bangers.
Yes. They call it the turn it around batter, and Mark Morris did his job.
Mark's one of the best.
Ooh, he hits a nice hit
Just
to
landed.
right center.
And
And E-Rod scores.
All right, so Eric checks in, and it's 3-1 Edge.
That had a little bit of height to it, so it wasn't quite a line drive, but it went over their heads, and that's what helped him score.
It seemed like it was kind of a little humpback line drive, and it had a lot of power behind it, though.
It did have a lot of power. It went deep,
Got out there quick.
deep midfield. Right in the little pocket. They have a lot of people lined up here. More, I feel like, on the left side of the field than the right. They're not as spread out as some teams.
And
But
sometimes it's not how hard you hit the ball, but it's where you hit the ball.
yes,
You saw that earlier with Daryl Miner's ball. It wasn't necessarily, it was hit well, but it was hitting a gap, and it allowed him to score. All right, 3-1, and now here's Mulherron. He scored the first Edge run in the first.
we're looking for him to do it again here. Swing and a miss for strike 1, I believe. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Pass ball for number 22, Nick Mulholland. You're welcome. Swing and a miss for a strike for Nick Mulherron. He has a full count.
Ooh, struck out Mulherron. second strikeout by my count for Kennedy, and there's 2 outs. So now it'll be up to Corian White.
Oh, you'll have to excuse me. I'm gonna take a quick break.
All right.
All right. Keep beating shift for that. I'm gonna help him with the thing.
And we'll hold down the fort. I'm losing my play-by-play here for a minute.
Keep this right here.
Foul ball. And another foul ball. 2 strikes.
So there's 2 strikes now on Corian White.
Strike 3.
3 strikes. He's been going to 3 strikes on quite a few batters today. It doesn't look yet like Kyle has warmed up and gotten into that groove. Because when he does, you'll see balls going in the air, and lots of them. It only takes
Short
one.
little hit.
It's like a foot
Short
race.
little hit.
Foot race.
He is safe.
He's there. He'll beat those out all day if you don't get up on him. Boy, he's got a lot of speed.
He does. He just ran a 4.9.
My goodness.
That's what I do. I keep track of their base running times.
Fast, fast, and fast.
Yes, we.
Now, unfortunately, they did put this particular game is on the field closest to the road. And so in addition to everything else, you're getting some vehicular noise here. Three to 1, Edge.
4-1.
Oh, is it 4?
4.
Oh, yeah, he just scored.
He just scored.
4 to 1. 4 to 1 Edge, bottom of the second. 2 outs. Corey White to the plate now.
We got a timeout. For some car noise.
Well, I told you before this game started to pack a lunch. This one might take a little while. Here we are, bottom of the second, 4 to 1.
Corey White with a high pop-up. Short pop-up.
Just landed.
He flips and falls and
Bad base run. Corey lost his balance, huh?
He did lose his balance. He fell.
Boy.
He might have twisted his ankle or something. He's down still.
Hope he's all right.
He is down.
Timeout, Corey White down, and that may have been why he tripped. And this isn't good. Is he up?
He is still down. Corey White's down.
We saw an injury in our first game today over at the San Antonio Chicago Comets game. Juan Gonzalez of the Comets, who was having a really good game, but taking a beating. He'd already gotten hit in the face by a ball, and then he suffered a shoulder injury. We hope he's all right.
He is still down. Eric Rodriguez is out there.
Edge 4, Heat 1, bottom of the second, period. Score on your game, period.
All right.
I'm playing fast and loose
Here,
today.
you
There's
can sit right
nothing
here
I hate more than
in your
people
chair.
calling and texting and trying to get a hold of me while I'm doing a game, but we'll do it this time.
Right next to Brandon.
Trying to get a score on the Thunder and
Isaiah.
Minnesota. Now it is. Thunder in Minnesota playing over there behind us. And are they still working on Corey? Or?
Yeah, they are actually.
This is a little bit disconcerting. Corey went down. He seemed like he took a bad step in horse terms. Took a bad step, and he may have hurt an ankle. Is that what it looks like? A lower leg injury?
I think so, yes.
Keith knows I was taking a child to the bathroom, so I'm gonna go with. He says yes, so that's yes. He can see. We are still down. While we're down, I'm gonna let them know they need toilet paper in the bathrooms too, or more toilet paper. I'll do that.
All right. I can tell this is going to be a little different today. my play-by-play is doing some multitasking here, and that's all right as we wait for Corey. When she comes back, if we're still not ready to play, it's going to be my turn. I'm going to take a comfort break. It's a little early in the game for that, but it seems like as good a time as any.
He's sitting up now.
Well, that's good. You don't need your ankle to do that, but let's hope. Corey White, of course, the hero of last year's championship for the, at that time, Dynasty Indy Thunder, hitting that home run. Beat the San Antonio Jets in the title game, 8-7. Corey was the MVP of last year's World Series on offense. He was 23 for 29 for the week. He actually hit another home run last year in the Indy Thunder tournament early in the season against New Jersey. So he had 2 home runs last year. Of course, a home run has to travel a minimum of 170 feet on the fly. It counts for 2 runs. But right now, the concern is he going to be able to walk off an ankle injury? I imagine he's going to. I don't imagine he's going to stay in this game. Let's just hope that it's nothing worse.
TV last weekend and this weekend, it's been his upper by his hip bone's been tight. So I bet that's what it is.
Well, they were saying it looked like a lower leg.
I could be wrong, but I mean I don't know this.
All I know is it seemed like he at one point he was on his way to the base and it seemed like he took a wrong step and went down.
Yeah, he tripped. Yeah.
Whether that's a hip or whether that's something lower. Well, we'll let you. I don't like to speculate on players and what's going on until we know more. So we'll let everybody know what's going on. But obviously, Corey White, one of the premier players in the league, and if he wasn't a household name, which I think he was before last year's World Series, he certainly became one. Nobody else in beat baseball history has ever won a game with a home run in their final at bat. He happened to do it on the biggest stage of all, in the championship game in Wichita, Kansas. Turned a 7-6 deficit into an 8-7 win, putting the cherry on the top of the drive for 5, as they called it, and for all intents and purposes, the Thunder Dynasty. They're playing Minnesota over on the adjacent field, and I was trading scores. I was hoping in return for a score on this game, I would get a score on that one. I'm still hoping. Anybody who just joined us, we're at a break for an injury timeout. So they're checking out Corey White there on the first base. He went down going to first base. It was the last out of the inning, so when we pick up action, it will be the top of the 3rd inning with Bayou City coming up to bat, trailing 4-1. And Bayou City will have the 2, 3, and 4 spots in their lineup due up. So Fleeks, Morgan, and Coughlin due to bat. And they are going to have to assist Corey White off the field. And this is very unfortunate, not only for Indy Edge fans, but for Peak baseball fans in general, as Corey needing assistance to get off the field. We'll give you updates as soon as we get them, but hopefully that's nothing serious for one of the brightest stars in the game. I am going to guess that Aaron C. is going to come in to replace him, but I don't know that yet. That's what I would do. They've got a deep bench. They've got Aaron C. over there. They got Ja'Cory Wiley over there, who was at one time a leadoff hitter for this Heat team. Give you any idea how deep the edge are. They've got Aaron C. All he did was he's won a batting title at a tournament already this year. And they got Joel Talby over there too. So they've got some adequate guys they can bring in.
Joel is not here today.
He's not here today. Okay. So Joel Talby is not available.
That's not my information to share. Oh, it was.
Apparently it is now. So for whatever reason, Joel Talby, who's a good-looking rookie, is no longer here. And they don't have Miguel Tello for this weekend, but they still, even with all of that, have Aaron Edge and Ja'Cory Wiley. And see, that's where I fall behind. And you guys, and I want to be the live streamer that never gets anything wrong, but when Joel Talby leaves the team and nobody tells me, I get embarrassed on the air. So now we know Joel Talby is no longer here. And when did that come out? Because that had to have been very recent. Okay.
Keep gonna know you. I just knew he wasn't here today.
I was told the only one who wasn't here that was Miguel Tello. So I didn't know anything about Joel.
Well, that would mean that, yeah. I guess he's not with the Edge anymore. And that is a shame.
That is, because he's a good looking player. Hopefully he lands somewhere.
Yes. He's a very good looking player.
Breaking news, D. Morrow, if you're out there. That's too bad. And wonder who we'll see on defense go in for Corey.
Aaron C.
All right. So every once in a while I get one right. It was Aaron C. they put in. So he will go into the 4th spot in the batting order when the Edge come to bat. But right now he's going to take over for Corey, I would imagine, in deep right.
Nope, he's back center.
They're going to put him in the back in the middle? All right.
Yep. Back middle, right up the line. I did see Corey when they MJ helped carry him back over to the fence, and it did look like he was in some pain.
Did it look like an ankle to you or a hip, or could you tell?
I did not stay over there long enough to pay attention, so I apologize. Do you know what it is? You want to go see in a minute? What is it, his ankle? We'll have more word for you.
Try to get it. Meanwhile, Fleeks will lead it off for Bayou City. 4-1. Top of the 3rd.
Yes, we're looking to find out what happened. He tripped, like we do.
He went down going to the base, and it seemed like a wrong step, although they had said he had a sore hip, so I'm... Knee. Starting the top of the 3rd.
And sorry about eating the chips. That would have been me.
Yeah,
although we're not really close to the microphone, but we'll go with it. It's a noise that's not normally heard.
I frown on eating on the air, but it's your world. You can do what you want to do. If you want to eat, go ahead and eat.
So did Corion 11 score?
He did. He scored their 4th run, and this is in play. Megan.
Out. I'm going to say that he probably got out.
That wasn't out.
It was a right knee.
All right, right knee, they say on Corey, so.
They're wrapping up. Okay, it's his right knee. So Joe got out?
Yes, that was an out.
Was that Joe out by number 9?
Corey. Corion.
By Corion.
Made the play 11. 1 out.
I'm gonna have to say that Corion, did he score? And that was
Corion scored. Corion scored our 4th run, and then Corey was out when he fell going to the base. He might have scored on it if he hadn't fallen. He probably would have. So Corion scored our 4th run. Eric scored the 3rd run.
Yes.
And I want to say Mark Morris scored
For the second run, yes.
So you've got runs in this game from Mulherron, Corion White, Mark Morris, and Eric. Each have 1.
Yes.
All right, so we're caught up now.
We're back to number 23. Marvin
Morgan.
Morgan.
One out, top of the third, 4-1, Indy Edge.
Yes.
Well, because if you don't say that every couple of minutes, people are going to come on and the first thing, score please, score please.
Yes, and I just ignore them until I'm ready to give it to him.
No,
That was a nice hit to midfield, and he scores.
Nice, so a run for Marvin Morgan. I'm telling you, he doesn't run like he's 61, does he?
Nope.
Good hit, Marv.
He does not.
Nice, Marvin.
Yep.
All right, so it's 4-2.
Yes. Chad Dillon says, hopefully a quick recovery for Corey. Yes.
Yeah, we need to figure out exactly. They can figure out what's wrong with him first, but yeah, that's a tough loss. So now Aaron C's in the game to replace him. 4-2, Coughlin to the plate. One out. Coughlin came over this year from the New Jersey Titans. He's played for several teams. He played for, I think he came up with Arizona. And then he played for Colorado for a year or two. Played for Philadelphia. Played for New Jersey, and now here he is with Bayou City. Good defensive player and good contact hitter. You're not going to hit it over your head all the time. But it's a strike.
You're under that idea.
All right, so I apologize for that. Chad Dillon asked, is David Binney now an official member of the Indy Edge?
No.
He keeps using the word our.
I was doing that with the Comets earlier because I happened to be streaming with them. I will say I'm an official fan of the Indy Edge, but no, I'm not an official member of the Indy Edge. I won't be on a roster this year. Y'all know that.
Swing and miss. We have a left-handed batter. We would like to steal him because I enjoy
Well,
streaming with
consider
him.
me stolen unofficial. It's just not
Woohoo!
official.
I love it. Number 43, Mike Coughlin, is batting left-handed for the Bayou City.
Wherever the best teams are, that's usually where you'll find me at this point in my career. And that's on the ground. Somebody.
Right.
Nice play, Corion. Was that Corion?
Yes, it was.
All right, Corion White looking good, solid and clean.
That was a slow grounder. Right to Corion.
He got it up quickly though. No bobble, no nothing. Clean with it. 2 outs, 1 in, 4-2. And Daryl Miner, who scored the first heat run. Now remember, he found that gap in right center the first time up.
Since you heard me munching, today's game is brought to you by Doritos.
Sorry, guys. Sorry for that. Megan's multitasking today, so this has been a very kind of an odd live stream. It's not like the first one we ever did where we sat here for about 3 hours and didn't move.
That is true.
I think we took one comfort break in, what was that, a 29-24 game or something?
It was a very good game.
We were here for a while.
If I remember correctly,
It was Edge and Thunder.
it was.
Remember, yeah. All right, 2 strikes now on Miner. He's been hitting Fonzie his whole career. I think they started in, 92 maybe? 91? He was just a kid when he started playing Daryl Miner.
It's 30 years.
He used to be fastest man in the game.
Swing and miss for a strike. We are in the top of the 3rd inning, and the score is 4-2. Bayou City Heat are up. Number 18, Daryl Miner, with 2 outs. Swing and a miss for
Okay,
strike 3.
I had miscounted, so that's 3 strikes there. So he's got one more here. They don't take pitches, if you've noticed. They're of the Texas mentality. You don't take a pitch down there. So he'll be swinging on this one. You can be sure. And he strikes out. That's the inning.
That is the inning. That's the end of the top of the third inning here.
So one on the board in that inning for Bayou City. And it's 4-2 as we go to the bottom of the third. 5, 6, and 1 coming up for the Indy Edge. So you'll see Justin Holland, Mark Morris, and Eric Rodriguez. Due to bat. The Edge scored one in the top of the first. Bayou City came back with, Bayou City. The Edge scored a run in the bottom of the first after shutting Bayou City out in the top half. Bayou City's got a run back to tie it in the top of the second. The Edge scored 3 in the bottom of the second. And Bayou City got one back in the top of the third. So here we sit at 4-2. Other games going on right now, and if anybody has any score updates from any of the other games which are being streamed, please let us know. Indy Thunder and Minnesota are playing. Both of those teams dropped their first games. Chicago and Austin are playing. Both of those teams, Chicago and Austin. Both of those teams dropped their first game. And then Cleveland is playing the Jets, and they both won. Surprising a little bit that Cleveland beat Austin, but they did. So Cleveland and San Antonio has some pretty big implications over there right now. The winner of that game will be in the driver's seat on that side of the bracket to play in the championship game, as will the winner of this one. Still one more to come later today. I haven't decided which one. I thought we were going to do Heat, Jets, and Blackhawks.
Ooh, that would be a good game.
Jets and Black. Well, although, if Austin's losing 10-6 to Cleveland, then I don't know how much, unless they get it together, they're going to be able to muster against a strong Jets team.
Yeah. Justin Holland had a foul ball for strike 1. He hits it. This is a foul ball. Just off the first base line for a strike. Let's go, Justin!
Justin is the only starter still in the game who hasn't scored a run yet. 4 different edge hitters have scored a run so far. Corey's out of the game now. Aaron C. in for him. I always like to see with these championship caliber teams if they can get at least one run out of each of their players.
And it's a strike. Looks like a foul ball.
It used to not be that way in beat ball, even with some of the top teams. You know, their first 2 or 3, 4 batters, there's a strikeout. That's 1 out.
1 out here in the bottom of the third. Strikeout by number 6, Justin Holland.
And Mark Morris up to bat. What I was saying is, even, back in the day, even the best teams, they'd have 3 or 4 really solid hitters, and then their last 2 guys in their lineup would be mainly in there for defense. It's just in recent years, it seems like, where you've gotten to the point where this championship caliber teams have 6 players up and down the lineup who can all score consistently. The Edge are one of those teams. The Jets are one as well. And that's really the mark of a well-rounded team. If your 6th hitter can bat 500, my goodness.
Foul ball by number 9, Mark Morris, first strike.
Morris scored his first time.
It's gotten kind of cloudy and overcast here in Bolingbrook today.
No rain in the forecast, though. We should be all right, though. These seems like high cloud. These aren't. I'd be shocked if we get any rain today.
It looks like it's going to rain. Ooh, foul ball caught by Johnny Boggs, the Indy Edge catcher.
They'll call time for this helicopter as it goes over. We are. There's a little municipal one close by.
Ooh, nice grounder to a left two.
Oh! Got him by a couple steps.
Put out by number 43, Mike Coughlin.
He's tough, man. Mike Coughlin can pick him up. If you hit short ground balls, Mike Coughlin is a solid defender up there. He really makes the Heat better defensively. The Heat's problem in past years has never been their hitting. They've always been able to put up a lot of runs. Their defense has been sketchy at times, and they picked up Coughlin and Randy George, and they got George playing deep. He made a great play earlier today, and they got Coughlin who's made a couple of plays, so it's paying off. 2 outs.
Turn to the top of the lineup for the Indy Edge, number 2, Eric Rodriguez.
He's 1 for 2 today. Scored his last time, was put out in the first.
Yes.
Somebody set the over-under on this game at 35 runs, which sounded reasonable at the time. It's going to take a lot for us to get there. We're at 6 runs total right now in the bottom of the third with 2 outs.
Yes. He called that a strike. It keeps sounding to me like it's a foul tip. Like it sounds like he's touching it with his bat. He's tipping it.
Well, that was right off the bat, and that was a clean strike out of Eric Rodriguez, and that's not good. The Edge need to pick up the intensity a little bit. I mean, it stinks that Corey got hurt and he had to go out of the game, but man, 4-2 after 3 innings is not where you want to be with Houston, because if they get hot, they can put up runs in a hurry. 4-2 going to the 4th. So much for that 35 over-under, you guys.
This is kind of unusual for the Indy Edge.
Very unusual for both teams right now. And part of it's the fields. People always underestimate these fields don't run as fast as a lot of other fields do. We're on Midwest grass. We've had a lot of rain this spring, and we had some last night. And it's not a terribly hot day, so it's not like they're going to dry out super fast. Now, this might be a defensive type of day.
Could be. They're hitting it. They're all fielding well.
We didn't have the highest run total in our first game was 15. And the next was 14. You had a 10-6 game in there, so we've got lower scoring games going on here.
So far, we have 3 strikeouts with Kyle Kennedy pitching on the Indy Edge, and we've had 3 strikeouts with Fonzie pitching on the Bayou City Heat.
So we're even there, but it's 4-2, and the Heat have 6 and then the top of the order. So they're going to have Randy George up, and then they're going to have their real power hitters, Tanner Gears, Joe Fleeks, and Marvin Morgan. This could be a pivotal defensive inning for the Edge here, if they can hold them here and then get some runs.
Yep, give me just a minute. Let's go, Edge!
Oh.
All right.
All right, here we go. I'm due for a comfort break, but we'll wait one more half inning.
We have, the score is 4-2. You can smoke right here.
Right here?
Yeah.
Really?
Sure, why not?
All right, fine. I'm not on camera. If you can eat on the air, then I can smoke.
Yep. He needs the walker down here.
Randy George to the plate.
Ooh, the score is
4-2.
4-2.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, that's a hit.
Got some speed.
Right
Eric,
to
Eric.
Rodriguez.
Good job, Edie.
That's money in the bank for Eric. 1 out.
All right.
So,
We are in the top of the 4th inning.
all right, guys, I'm going to give it twice, and then we'll give it again. And I feel like we're just repeating a broken record here. Top of the 4th, 1 out. 4-2, Indy Edge. Bayou City up to bat.
Number 20, Tanner Gears, right-handed batter.
Top of the order. He is 0 for 2 so far, Tanner Gears.
Yes, he is.
They've gotten their 2 runs from Marvin Morgan and
Daryl Minor.
Daryl Minor. So the top 2 batters so far are 0 for 4 for Bayou City as we start their 3rd time through the batting order.
Swing and miss from number 20.
Now
Tanner
you
Gears.
sometimes will hear Tanner sound like he tips it, but when he has such an uppercut or such a golf swing, sometimes he will tap home plate with the tip of his bat.
Oh.
And that can be very very confusing because if you can't see it, you think he's tipping the ball, but he's not.
Ooh. He hits
Ooh, that would have
it.
been a good one if it had stayed fair down this line here. That would have made it past Eric, and that would have been Mark having to come a long way, but it hooked foul. Tanner Gears has won batting championships. In fact, I think he's on a short list for
I know, this is the fastest I can go.
to get in the Hall of Fame soon. I don't know when soon is, but he'll be there. He hasn't been such a prolific run scorer in the last several years. A lot of it was prior to 2016, but he's still got all that ability.
Ooh, nice line drive. Ooh, right to Eric Rodriguez's leg. Ooh, and he scores.
That's tough.
It went past E-Rod. Nick Mulheron did pick it up, but not in time.
Eric
for
didn't
Tanner.
miss that by much. In fact, that might have contacted. I wonder if that.
It did contact E-Rod's leg.
I wonder if it, man, that maybe misdirected it a little bit. And Nick was on it in a hurry too, but Tanner's got a lot of speed.
Yes.
So
Down when it hits.
yeah, so he slows it down, and so anytime you have somebody like that at the plate, when it gets to the back line on the ground, it's going to be a tough play.
Today's game was brought to you by Frito-Lay's Doritos Nacho Cheese. The book is J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
Yeah. Here's Joe Fleeks. He's 0 for 2 in this game.
Ooh, swing and miss. That was a low pitch.
Right there.
A lot of these guys have golf swings, so sometimes you'll see that pitch come in low because he's trying to get them on their upswing. And when it works, they can just hang the ball up in the air for days. But when it doesn't work, you get a lot of ground balls and strikeouts. It's risky business. I don't like the golf swing myself. I would just as soon teach guys how to swing a bat correctly, but it's worked. It worked for the Kansas All-Stars for a while, too, when they were together. That up and 3 strikes.
Alright, that's strike 3 for Joseph Fleeks. Yeah, I like the good, strong swings. And you can tell, well, I can tell by watching them, that there's some of our players. Ooh, that was a nice, good golf
That
swing
works.
right up the middle to Nick Mulheron. Ooh, it does not get the foot out. There was a score for number 11, Joseph Fleeks.
Joe Fleeks ties it.
Woohoo, Joe! Way to go!
You could see him streak right past us down the third base line and score that run, and we've got a tie ball game, 4-4.
And Marlboro Lights.
Still only 1 out. Black and mild is what I smoke.
Black and mild?
Black
is
and
what
mild.
DB smokes?
Middleton Tobacco.
Middleton Tobacco. I enjoyed Black and Milds, well, we'll say when I was in high school and
Well, some of us didn't grow up as fast as you did.
went to Kings Island and was enjoying other things as
Some
well.
of us mature faster than others. I enjoyed them in high school, and I still do.
That's all right.
And you will probably live longer than I will. That's okay.
Maybe, maybe not.
Here's Marvin Morgan. He scored one today.
Swing and miss for a strike.
And the Heat now, like the Thunder, have gotten 4 runs from 4 different batters.
With a feeling they're going to put up some runs, and the Edge are going to have to get with it. But Kyle Kennedy does seem to work well under pressure.
Yeah.
Swing and miss for a
He
strike.
demonstrated that last year in Ames, Iowa, when he led the comeback against the victory against the Thunder in the final at bats there, which was the first time the Edge had ever beaten the Thunder. They haven't lost to him since. Different teams now, both of them.
Swing and miss.
3 strikes again. Edge could use an out here.
Foul ball.
Morgan hangs in there.
That's about 10 feet from the plate, a few feet from the right baseline.
Morgan, he can go opposite field. Let's see if he does.
Ooh, he hits it just over
Very
the
short.
pitcher's
We've
head.
got to pick that up.
And it's a put out by Eric Rodriguez.
All right, so both putouts in the inning recorded by Erod. 2 outs.
Thanks for saving my butt.
Good running.
2 down, still tie game, and now Mike Coughlin with a chance. Coughlin has made a couple plays on defense. He has not scored yet.
Something you don't see very often over here to the right of us in the backfield. We have Kyle Kennedy practicing his pitching. I think he's getting nervous. Knows he has to be able to get these batters to put up some runs. So he is practicing pitching at the moment.
Well, and he's not hitting the bats the way he wants to right now. He knows that, and that's why I think he's trying to, 1, stay loose, and 2nd, try to
Stay on top of it.
get his groove back going a little bit, because he may need it.
Ooh, nice hit by number 43. It was a short pop-up. To Corey on
What's the call? Wait a minute. Both sides.
right 3.
Both sides. Is that an out?
That was an
Okay.
out.
Houston
By-
for a second there thought he might have beat it out, but no. Corian White, that's his 2nd put out of the game. So that's the end of the top of the 4th. The Bayou City Heat score 2 and get even.
That's
4.
his 3rd put out.
Is that his 3rd? Oh, he made one back there too. Yeah. All right. He's got 3 now. Good call. Good call. Team effort here.
All right. Bayou City Heat put up 2 here in the top of the 4th. We're heading into the bottom of the 4th, and the score is tied at 4.
All right. It's 2, 3, and 4 coming up. So it'll be Mulheron, and then Corian White, and then Aaron C., who came in for Corey White. Fortunately, the Edge have the last at-bats. If you're an Edge fan, fortunately for the Edge, they have the last at-bats in this game. But the time to start scoring runs would be now, because it looks like Fonzie's heating up a little bit.
Yep. We have the Bayou City Heat and the Indy Edge. Sean Lee Smith asked what teams are playing. Here on this stream, it's the Bayou City Heat and the Indy Edge. BB can tell you about the other teams playing. on the
It
other
looks
board.
like the Indy Thunder Minnesota Millers game has ended already.
If anybody knows the scores or can find them, please let us know. We'll share them.
Cleveland is playing San Antonio. Austin is playing Chicago. Those are the other games going on right now. Here it's 4-4, bottom of the fourth. Here we go with the edge. Nick Mulherring. He scored one. Struck out his last time.
Nice pop-up.
Just landed. That's a run.
Yeah! That's
You can bet that's a run all day. Now that's a Mulherring ball, and now you see now Kyle Kennedy. Let's see if those warm-up tosses during the last half inning helped him, because that was a solid hit.
San Antonio was up 9-4 last I looked. Said Indy Thunder.
Thank you. What was the final score of the Thunder game?
We don't know. That's Indy Thunder beat baseball. Yeah, Indy
That's
Thunder.
why I'm asking them now
Yeah.
what the final score was. They asked me for our score about an hour ago and didn't give me a final.
What's the final score of your game, Indy Thunder? Brian Holland says, "Let's go Edge."
The Edge just regained the lead there, 5-4 now, and that was solid. Let's see if that starts an Edge strong rally here. Here's Corey.
13-1.
All right, that's a good win for them. Minnesota used up all their runs against Houston apparently, because they scored 14 in that one.
Nice pop-up.
Foul ball over our heads. He was like 45 degrees foul on that one, you guys. Way out ahead of it. We are sitting down the third base line, a few feet back from the line, and that thing sailed over me to my left. So that was the right idea, but wrong direction. Corian scored his last time up.
I know that most of you all know this, but I'm amazed every time I stream the TV, because he cannot see and I can see, and he can tell you what's going on better than I can. So I just am always amazed by you. So thank you so much for streaming with me. We have a ground ball hit straight to number 43, Joe Coughlin, or the putout.
Corian just rolled that one to Coughlin. It's a privilege to stream with the Indy Edge. You guys have a great team.
I think we do. I love our team. But I'm just a volunteer, so
Right now, they're locked in a dogfight here. 5-4, Edge lead, bottom of the fourth. One out now, and here's Aaron C., who came in to replace Corey White, who was injured running to first base.
we can expect Aaron C. to take his first pitch as a pass ball. He's been doing that.
Is that what he does? Yeah. Okay.
And this is what he does.
See if he does it here.
Imagine that he will. He's been doing it for... This is the third tournament.
He did.
He had something new he started this year.
And it's helped. He's been on the all-tournament team both of the previous two tournaments on offense, so he's had a high batting.
He hits a grounder. Ooh.
Foul ball.
Just left of the first base. It's right at the first base line, but just a foot from the first base.
So Aaron C. will come back with a 1-1 count. He was technically a rookie last year for NBBA purposes, but his first season he was a rookie really in 2020. Had there been a World Series in 2020, I have no doubt he would have been Rookie of the Year. He had a great hitting season in 2020. Struggled at the World Series last year and lost out in the Rookie of the Year voting or whatever, but I still think that Aaron C. was the most impressive rookie last year for the whole body of work. He hit home runs last year. He had at least one that I saw. And of course he hit the walk-off against the Thunder and Ayers. That's 2 strikes. He's built like a brick, you know what.
Yes, a brick wall.
Brick wall. Very
Foul
good. Very good.
ball.
Brick wall.
Caught by Johnny Boggs.
John Boggs, player turn catcher. He was a player for the Indy Thunder, the pre-Dynasty Thunder.
Swing and miss.
Oh, and he struck him out. 2 outs, still 5-4, and now a big spot here for Justin Holland. Come on, Justin. Let's get a big pop. Well, I haven't seen that really big pop out of Justin yet, but I know we're going to. Did he? Nice. All right. So apparently his first hit of the tournament today was a deep one. They could use another one like that right now. This is a little bit too close for comfort if you're an Edge fan. 5-4, bottom of the fourth, and Fonzie's starting to heat up over there. They put up 2 runs last inning. The Edge are down Corey White. And if we get any kind of update, we'll let you know. I'm extremely distracted by what I saw earlier. He went down and had to be assisted off the field.
Let's go, Justin. Swing and miss for a strike.
Kyle needs to relax. That cadence sounded harsh, like he forced that pitch a little bit. Just relax, Kyle.
Let's go, Kyle. Come on, buddy. He cannot hear me, but that's okay.
2 strikes.
Come on, Kai. I believe in you. Fastball.
Took that one. Let's see if that squares it away. So 2 strikes and 1 ball. That's a good pitch.
Ooh, nice foul ball.
But you could hear his cadence was steady there. It was more steady. That sounded like his natural cadence when he throws a pitch, and he made contact. So one more like that, and if Justin can get the bat started a little quicker, they'll put it in play. And that ball is bad. I hope he doesn't kill it if he does get a good hit here, because that ball's ready to die. You can tell.
Ooh, it's a nice fly ball.
When it's still beeping.
Ooh,
Still beeping.
Far right, too.
That's a run!
Woo!
That's a clutch 2-out run by Justin Holland there on a 3-strike pitch. Boy, we might remember that one here later on in the game, depending on how this thing goes. 6-4, and now Mark Morrison. Let's see. We've been bragging on Mark all day. Let's see if he can turn the lineup here to Eric. This is what the Thunder were so good at when they were winning championships, was having people at the bottom of the lineup that could get it back to the top, and they just roll people by doing that. The Edge did it last weekend. I saw it. Mark Morris and Aaron C. were deadly last weekend at the bottom of that lineup, and that's what really, I thought, helped the Edge score so many runs, even with 3 strikes at North Central High School.
They've played some tough teams today, I feel like, or they're not on their game. They've not put up as many runs as they did last week.
No, and these are, again, different fields, different defenses. Forget about last week.
Every new game is a new game.
And this one's 6-4 right now, and Mark Morris to the plate.
Swing and a miss for a strike.
So with Holland's run now, Aaron C. is the only one in the batting order, and he came in late. But the 4th spot in the batting order is the only spot that hasn't scored yet. Every Edge player has scored 1 run, except Mulherron's got 2, as by my count. He's 2 for 3. Everybody else 1 for 3. Mark Morris 1 for 2.
$15-4. Jets top of the 5. That's right down the line.
And he's there. Mark Morris scores from the 6th hole and turns the order. And what'd I tell you?
Woo!
What'd I tell you? That
Way
is
to go,
huge.
Marky!
7-4, and the Edge have something going with 2 outs now. Don't stop now, boys.
We return to the top of the lineup with number 2, Eric Rodriguez.
Held him a little bit in check here. He's 1 for 3 so far today, so he's due. Struck out last time, and the time before that he hit a really good ball, though, and scored on it. So let's see what he can do here. 7-4 now, Edge.
Who do you think's going to play in the championship game, although anything can
I mean,
happen?
if I had to make a prediction right now, well, the Jets are 2-0 now over there. They're about to be, and so I mean, it's going to be the Jets. I'm going to say the Indy Edge right now, although they need to take care of business here.
Yes, they do. Ooh, it's a nice line drive. Right up the middle. Ooh, and he scores. That was close.
This is an edge-strong rally in progress right now, Megan. That's 3 in a row after 2 outs. And it's 8-4.
Back to Nick Mulheron, number 22, who is
2 for 3 and hot. He hit that bomb his last time. Bottom 4. The Edge got off to a slow start hitting against against the Thunder too in the first game, and then heated up late. So.
I say to get you some Gatorade. Can you get us some Gatorade?
Oh yeah, a drink would be great. Who's running for drinks? DB.
Zaya, do you want a Gatorade?
Yeah, please.
Can you bring one for DB too?
Thank you, buddy. Here we go, Nick.
Nick Mulheron. This is what the Indy Edge lineup does, is what Zach Tunis says. Ooh.
Ooh, and that was a miss hit, man. Nick, I think, was hoping that rolled foul, but it didn't, and that's a put out. So 3 outs, but 3 big 2-out runs for the Edge, and it's 7-4 going to the 5th.
Thank you. Here, DB. Here. All right, that put out was by number 43, Mike Coughlin, who has had, it looks like, 1, 2, 3, 4 put outs so far in this game.
And that's not good. That means there's a lot of ground balls there.
There are a lot of short ground balls because he is playing a left front 3, maybe? You want help?
You know how to open it?
All right. The Indy Edge are back out on the field. We are coming up here in the top of the 5th inning, the Bayou City Heat. And it looks like number 18, Daryl Miner, will be up to bat. However, it looks like number 29 is up at the plate.
29. You got a roster with you?
No, I don't.
Who's 29?
Steele?
Last name is Steele.
Johnny Steele. Okay, that's Johnny
Steele.
Johnny Steele. He was with the Lone Star Road. No, the Aztec Warriors, one of those Dallas-Fort Worth teams. So he's new to the Bayou City Heat.
Is that Jacory out in the field? Yep. We have Jacory taking the back, center position.
He took Aaron C's spot, though.
Yes, he did.
All right.
Designated fielder.
Well, he's not designated fielder because he'll be in the batting order.
Oh,
Jacory will be in the 4th spot in the order. That was Corey's spot to start the game, and then it was Aaron C's, and now Jacory's in there.
Is there a limit to how many people that they can replace?
They have to be out 6 outs, and then there's a re-entry. That's the re-entry rule, but you can replace 6 for 6 if you want to. I've seen it done. The Extreme did it once. Took all 6 out and put 6 totally new guys in.
Oh, wow.
We were up by a bunch.
Score is 8-4. Here in the top of the 5th inning, Bayou City Heat versus Indy Edge. It's Edge over Heat, 8-4. Ooh, he hits a short grounder. Right to Eric Rodriguez.
Good job, B.
He couldn't have rolled one to him better than that if he'd have done it with his hand. All right, 1 out.
Corey said that, is it his right knee? It's his right knee, just below the knee, in the back.
Oh,
is where he pulled it.
I wonder if that could be a patella or something. Well, hopefully he can. She's young and in shape. Hopefully he can shake that off. Hopefully it's not a tendon or ligament. Felix just tweaked it or something a little bit, but
Who
I
was
doubt
that? That was just up to bat, by the way.
we're sitting so far from home plate. It's so difficult here. But that would have been. Didn't they put Johnny Steele in to bat
Yep,
for Darryl?
Johnny
Miner?
Steele.
Yeah, so he's out now. Are people asking this, or are we just trying to?
I'm trying to keep
Oh,
notes
okay,
so
good.
I can remember.
Good. I'm
Number 33 hit the ball.
There we go.
Eric Rodriguez.
2 ground balls. That was Randy George. So 2 ground balls to Eric, and there's 2 outs in the 5th. This is just what the Edge needed, but now they got the top of the order, and here's Tanner Gears. He scored his last
Eric
time.
Tanner, L203.
All right, number 20, Tanner Gears. Thank you. You're welcome, baby.
If they get Tanner here, the Edge will be in a really, really good position going to the bottom of the 5th.
We need it.
Where's Isaiah?
Demetrius says the patella is in the front of the knee.
Yeah, but doesn't that, when you mess it up, doesn't that cause pain in the back of it because of the pressure? I don't know. Demo's he's more of the anatomy guy because he's got training in that area. But
He's over there.
Okay, you're gonna sit here.
Can go talk to him?
sorry, guys, we've got a very hectic live stream today. This isn't what you would ordinarily. Megan's multitasking.
I am.
I'm trying to help. We got little ones, and we're pretty far from home plate.
We are, so I apologize.
Okay. Well,
Bianca said it could be the PCL. I don't know what that stands for. Something ligament.
take their word for it.
Oh, that was a swing and miss first, right?
This is going to be a plane going right overhead. They'll stop the action for a second to let this thing clear. 8-4. Edge lead. Top of the 5th. 2 outs. Tanner Gears at the plate.
I'm going to say in about 20 minutes.
So the only score we're still waiting on now is Austin and Chicago. We have that game wasn't over, but the Jets were up significantly. Oh, that's in play. No, it's not.
No, it's a foul ball.
Sounded better than it was.
It was about 7 feet from the third baseline, roughly 5 feet behind the pitcher's mark. Swing and miss. It's a strikeout.
Strikes out, and that'll end the inning.
3 up and 3 down here in
Just
the top
what
of the 5th.
the doctor ordered for the Edge. Now when we get some separation here in the bottom half, huh, Megan? It's 8-4.
8-4.
The Edge have scored the last 4 runs of this game. And they will have, according to me, they will have 3, 4, and 5. So Corian White will lead it off. Right? Yeah, Corian, Jacory, and who's in that? Justin. Justin's in the 5 spot.
1, 2, 3, run!
And in case you didn't hear it, we found out earlier, apparently Joel Talby is no longer on the Edge roster. He was a fine rookie last year, second-year player this year.
Who are some new rookies that we have this year? Maybe not. Hey,
Daniel Brock from Austin is going to be one to watch. He snagged an All-Star award last weekend on offense. He's going to be one. He's probably the top rookie that I've seen so far. Hector Lara, I think is how you pronounce it. Hector Lara from San Antonio looks kind of good. There's a guy, Chris Kimball, out in Boston. I haven't seen much of him this year. But I'm hearing good things out of there. So those will be just a few of the ones to watch.
Bianca said the PCL is the posterior cruciate ligament in the back of the leg. Demetrius Morrow said it could be a deep compartment calf injury, or there's 2 small muscles right behind the knee above the calf That would suck if one of those got injured.
It would suck worse though if it was a ligament though, wouldn't it? I mean, if you want anything, you'd want it to be a, you know, just a pulled muscle or something, right? I mean, I'm asking because I don't know the answer, but you know, when you hear about things that end with a CL in the knee, it never seems good.
No.
I didn't even know there was such a thing as a PCL until just now. And MCL, ACL, PCL too. It's amazing how many things there are in your knee.
All right.
But well, he had to be assisted off the field, so whatever it is. Hope he's back. I doubt you'll see him in this next game against Minnesota. Edge coming to bat here, Megan, bottom of the 5th.
Yep, number 11, Corian.
He's got 2 runs, by my count, he's got 2 runs today. He's got
only have one.
Sorry. He's got, Mulheron's got 2.
Yep, Mulheron's got 2. Swing and miss for a strike.
Again, every spot in the lineup has scored for the Edge except the 4 spot.
Ooh, it's a nice pop up. 2 up.
Just landed, now Conley.
Ooh, and he scores.
He hung it up there just long enough and he got to the base. Man, he's fast. That dude can fly, you know what I'm saying? Holy cow. All right. 1 in, 9-4, and with every run they score, they get that much closer. Putting this game on ice. Now Jacori's going to get an at-bat.
Yep, number 4, Corey Wiley.
The former Bayou City Heat. He was actually a stud, particularly in 2018. Remember the game they beat the Thunder at the World Series? Jacori, I believe, was like 5 for 5 or 6 for 6 in that game. It was amazing. Foul ball.
Foul tip. Right, landed right on home plate. Say he was just underneath it.
Bayou City brought a lot of people to this game. I was shocked.
Yes, they did. Nice.
That's a shot.
Fly ball.
Get by him. Get by him. Randy George. Got it by 2 of them. Couldn't get it.
2?
Couldn't get it by Randy. That's the second or third nice play he's made out there. Nice play, Randy. Jesus. And that's something Bayou City hasn't always had, is a deep guy back there who could cut those balls off. You know, a lot of times they'd had somebody in left and that would just bounce, skip right by him. That was still moving when Randy got it. That was still, we could hear it bouncing by us here because we're on the third base line. Good play there. 1 out. All right, here's where they did damage. Here's where the Edge did damage last time. This is the bottom of the order.
Number 6, Justin Holland.
Justin scored and then Mark scored.
Ooh, that was right down the third base line. Not a strong, hard hit.
The Edge have been going to left field almost exclusively today. I haven't seen Eric hit. I think Eric found a gap maybe, but I haven't seen a lot of balls by the Edge hit to right field so far.
One of the things that I've noticed, like from watching my son play baseball, and mainly like in coach pitch, and you can see it a lot, especially with Jared Woodard. That was a swing and miss from number 6, Justin Holland, is the really amazing pitchers. They can move their batters to where they want them to hit the ball.
Heads up.
They can also...
Correct. That was fouled over this way too. And they can also place the ball at a certain point on the bat
to where they want the ball.
To try to get them to directionally hit it to a field.
But I've only seen Jared Woodard be able to do that.
Kevin could do it.
Kevin
Simpson
could
was
do it.
another one. You didn't get, unfortunately, to see a whole lot of him, but he could do it. Fonzie doesn't do as much of that, man. He just tries to put on the meat.
It's a
Down
nice
the line, fair
drive.
ball, and he is there. That's a run. Right down the third base line, and Holland, and now that's a big run too. So the last 2 times up, Holland scored, and it is 10-4. The Edge are starting to pull away here, Megan. Still only 1 out.
Yep. We have a couple of comments. We've got let's see.
Somebody should tell us what game we need to do next, because it was going to be San Antonio and Austin, but Austin screwed that up by losing to Cleveland earlier. Those teams.
So if you have any recommendations for DB, let us know.
I mean, otherwise I might just stay here and do Edge in Minnesota. I'm having so much fun. Although I am going to insist we move that tripod closer to the plate.
We can do that. That was a swing and miss by number 9, Mark Morris.
Morris is having a good game
Yep.
on both sides.
Demetrius Morrow said a muscle strain or tear would definitely be better than a ligament strain or tear.
All right. Every once in a while I get one right.
Oh, Demetrius said that's Rob Deep, not Randy. Randy is in the middle. That was straight up the middle. Mark is so quick. He scored.
Let's go, baby!
It went just past Joe Freaks.
Well, Randy's made several plays out there, though, today. So Rob may have made that last one, but Randy's made a couple of them out there. He's right, though. I think that was Rob Wagon on that last one out there. He's DFing this game. That's your answer to that question we asked before the game, who the DF was. I do promise more organization, though, for the championship game when we do it tomorrow.
Yes. Have to be quiet. Okay. Number 2, Eric Rodriguez is back up to bat for the Indy Edge. We return to the top of their lineup.
What did Mark do just there?
Mark scored.
Mark scored. Okay, so it's 11-4. So there you go. Justin and Mark, the 5 and 6 in the lineup, have scored the last 4 times up combined. And they've been the key, really, to this rally.
Spin left, spin right, spin left, spin right.
He pops it right up to just in front of Kyle Kennedy for a foul strike. Swinging this for a strike. Looking forward to the Edge and Jets tomorrow, says Zach.
So looks like where we're headed.
Ooh, that's a short right there. Ooh, and it's picked up by number 43,
Coughlin again. That's five putouts now for Mike. Boy, it's a little unusual to see Eric just rolling ground balls out to the short defender.
But he is today.
Yes, he is.
We need some strength here from number 22, Nick Mulheron. He scored twice this game. He one strikeout. He hit the last ball, and number 43, Mike Coughlin, was the putout for him. We're looking for a run and a score here from Nick Mulheron.
They're right. Because of the results on other fields, if the Edge win this game, the Edge will be guaranteed of going to the championship game because they already have a win in hand over the Thunder. Minnesota doesn't have a win. So there's no way that... Yeah, the 2 teams that already have wins, the Edge would have already beaten. So if the Edge win this game, they're in the championship, regardless of what happens in the third round. I don't know if that's the case over there because I don't know what happened in the Austin-Chicago game. The Jets, though, will be 2-0 with a win over Cleveland, so yeah, it would take a lot of an Austin win by a bunch of runs. Oh, for the Jets for that time. So it's looking real good for Jets and Edge tomorrow morning. Got to finish this one though.
Joe Fleek's going out.
Fleeks is going out. See who they put in for him.
Who is the pitcher for the Jets?
Jeremy Lopez, first-year pitcher, and he's hitting bats. It is 11-4. Edge in the bottom of the fifth. Do you have other scores for me? Everybody's asking, but nobody's giving. Wow.
That's in. But yeah, I'll get mine really quick.
I noticed.
Yeah, it was up there.
They scored 14 against Minnesota.
We were hitting them good.
Well, yeah, but were they not? Because
No.
they put up a bunch of runs against Houston. So
No,
I thought,
they really, everything was short.
well, they must have. They must have.
I think G had 2 or 3 putouts at deep right, or deep center, but that's it.
Good for Dykes, man. Finally getting close to me. Getting some thunder updates. They're happy because they won a game. Yeah.
Ooh, nice pop-up. Just to the left of Nick Mulheron. Joe got out because he was
Cramped up.
having some cramps.
Cramped up. Who did they put in for? Do we even know? We're so far away, I can't hear the substitution, so I'm depending on you guys.
It's a guy.
Okay, fair enough. They don't have a single female on the roster as a player, so it was pretty safe there. Right? He's a white guy.
Is it? I don't know who they put in.
Narrows the options a little bit over there. but
Strike 2 for
Two
Nick
strikes.
Mulheron. Is that his number 25? Did they put in right there? Yeah. Oh, he's way over there. I can't see the number. If he stands up, I'll let you know. Not that we'll know his name, but DB might.
So here we go. Now we're slipping back into this typical Houston thing where the game just takes forever. I feel like Mulheron's been up for about 10 minutes.
Yep, and only 2 strikes. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I want to see Bayou City and Indy Edge tomorrow in the championship. I think that would be a good game.
Can't happen because they're on the same side of the bracket. So
No, that's not gonna happen.
no, but I think Edge Jets would be entertaining.
So who does Kevin Simpson play for?
Kevin is retired.
Oh, well, that's really sad.
Kevin?
Hi.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good. How are you?
What's the score, DB?
It is 11-4 is what I have. Yeah, 11-4. Bottom of the 5th. It was 4-4 at one point. And hopefully at some point before tomorrow we'll get back to playing beat ball. I'm not sure what we're waiting for right now.
I think they're coming to check on Joe.
Oh, I thought he came. I thought he was off the field already.
He is off the field.
Hurt himself?
They said it. They thought it was just a cramp, but they're gonna bring somebody else in now. They're trying to figure out what they're gonna do here. I suppose.
Number 21
21.
is coming in.
Who the hell's 21?
Who's number 21 for the Bayou City?
Is that cousin, maybe?
No clue.
I see his son. I think that's his son.
They got a couple new guys on the roster, and I didn't get a complete Houston roster.
And unless I can see your last name, I don't know it. And chances are, unless it's written down, I don't know your first name either. So that's not helpful on my end, and I apologize. But I am learning, and it'll still take some time. We have 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Nick Mulheron is up to bat. I believe we have 2 strikes against him.
All right, it looks like we're back to action.
Ooh, nice pop out.
Foul.
Ooh.
Ball.
Foul?
Yes, just foul.
Just in front of us, too.
Just foul. It sounded like it was getting
Catch that one, Mikey.
foul in the air, and it bounced away.
Yep, it landed, when it landed, it was 2 feet from the third base line.
And Coughlin was there, though,
Bounced.
man. That would have been an interesting play.
Hey, Mike. Who's number 21? Who came in for Fleet?
Fleet?
Yeah.
I have no idea. Well, 29 came in, but checked out when that was done. Right. That's all it can.
Ball. Fastball for number 22, Nick Mulheron.
So he's got 2 swings left in him here. Corian White would be next.
Foul ball. Got a full count now for number 22, Nick Mulheron. Swing and miss for a strikeout.
And that's the inning. It's the inning. So the Edge got 3 more on the board, though. All right, last at bats coming up with Bayou City. We'll see how many they can get back. Edge lead by 7.
Score is 11-4.
Joe Fleek's spot in the order. So whoever just subbed in for him, somebody will be up first. And then Marvin Morgan and Mike Coughlin scheduled.
Hey, let's go, D.
And as they change up sides, for those who are looking forward to third games, you will have these Bayou City Heat playing the Indy Thunder. The Edge will play Minnesota. Cleveland will play Chicago, and Austin will play San Antonio. Those are your third games coming up after lunch, right around 2 o'clock, 2:30 maybe. All right, so here's a sub.
Hey, do you know who's batting?
There is a rule proposal that has been submitted that would require the head umpire or the home plate umpire to announce aloud the names of the substitutions as they substitute in.
Not good.
I think that's a really good
That's
rule to
a
have.
really good rule when you've got a lot of people that can't see.
Yes.
They do it in goal ball. They don't do it in in beat ball, but that would be what the rule would do. It would mandate that, and it should, because I have no freaking clue, guys, who is coming up for Bayou City.
Well, it is number 21. I'm gonna go ask. We'll see.
Find out.
I know you guys do. You got
Yeah, yeah.
And we try to keep our attention focused, as it takes 10 minutes just to change up sides and stuff.
Good job, fellas, or let's go, fellas. I don't know.
It's number 21, Alex Gonzalez.
Oh, Alex Gonzalez.
okay.
That's why I've never heard, because he's a first year, must be a first year
We
player.
haven't seen him since 2008.
Oh, okay, so he's been here before? All right, I've never heard of him.
He took about 10 years off or so. Big hitter, usually power to deep left.
So it'll be this Alex Gonzalez and then Marvin Morgan and Mike Coughlin duo.
Some big hitters, man. Who's made their 4 runs?
Swing and miss for a strike. We have
Fleek's got one, Miner got one, Tanner Gears got one, and Marvin Morgan got one.
So bombs, pretty much. Big hits.
The big noise of beat ball invading the edge stream here, which is okay.
They haven't really been bombs today.
We've
By
got-
nobody, really.
A lot
Not
of
in this
people
game.
around us. I don't know that I've ever streamed in the middle of such a crowd.
Swing and miss for a strike. Let's go, Fonzie. Come on, buddy.
So Eric Rodriguez is in shortstop?
Yes.
Okay.
Where else would he play, Richie?
He wasn't playing last week.
No, he wasn't in last week at all. No, but he's in today. He's making putouts, but I think he's 1 for 4 at the plate. Somewhere there, about 2 for 5 actually. I have.
It's crazy how much the grass can play a role in 2 different tournaments.
Swing and miss.
He's out. 1 out.
Let's go, Fonzie. Yeah, I don't care.
Edge are 2 outs away.
Come on. Put the ball in play, boys. Make it
I
work for
decided
it.
Fonzie is my most favorite pitcher now.
We'll tell Kyle you said that. Well, he can hear it for himself when he goes back and watches it.
Oh, yeah.
I love Kyle, and I'm on this team, so he'll always be number 1. But to watch, I like to watch Fonzie.
Oh, yeah.
I like the animation. Keep going back to that.
She calls it animation. Someone might call it a little unnerving, but he's been doing it for years. That's his style, man.
Some would call it OCD.
Yeah.
It's all right.
I think they made the 30-second pitch count between pitches just for him. It's gotten better, though, man. There was a time when the Houston games used to take 4. Now we're talking like 4.
Oh, yeah.
They've speeded up.
Did they do anything to keep the pitcher's arms protected? Ooh, that's a nice fly ball right to McMulder. It's gonna get
Oh,
out.
my God.
Nice play by Mulherrin. 2 down.
Hey, nice hit,
Edge 1 out away from securing a spot in tomorrow's championship game.
5-2, 402.
All right, next up, number 43, Mike Coughlin.
It'll be up to Coughlin to try to keep Bayou City alive. And if you're the Edge, man, giving up 4 runs to the Heat, I don't care what field you're playing on, you got to feel good about that.
Yeah. Wow. Looks like I'm going to have my under, DB.
Is that right?
This is what we said, didn't we say?
35, yeah, we blew that a long time ago. Frankly, neither one of these teams have hit as hard, as consistently as what I would have expected. Yeah, some of it's the fields, but a lot of it's been ground balls to Mike Coughlin and to Eric Rodriguez and to Mark Morris. that have been doing this.
Sorry.
Eric, Mark Morris, and
Coughlin.
Now
picking
ball
up a
for
lot
a
of
strike.
this is Coughlin here at the plate, huh?
This is Coughlin. Last chance for Bayou City.
Okay. Shortly. Swing and miss for a strike here in a couple of minutes, baby. Okay.
Been a lot of strikeouts today, Evie?
I wouldn't say a lot. Just 4 or 5 per side. Not terrible.
Okay.
Ooh, that's
That
a
should do
hit
it.
right down the middle to
Oh, he's out.
Ball game.
Wow.
Nick Mullen.
Nick.
Paul Heron with the last 2 putouts. Edge win. Indy Edge 11. Bayou City
get faster, Mike?
4. Edge go to 2-0 on the day, and they go
You're
to
good, baby.
9-0 on the season. Edge in Minnesota coming up later. Awesome, Megan.
Thank
Good
you,
job.
DB, very much.
Under some trying circumstances here, but we pulled it off.
Yes, it was. We are gonna watch the lineup for the teams at the end of the game, and then we're gonna watch the Edge cheer, and then we will sign off. We thank you so much for joining us. Dave Benny, Megan Martin were your commentators today, so I'm sure it was quite comical.
And with it being 1:13 now, I'm going to guess that it's going to be closer to 2:30 when we start the third games at Central Time, because these guys are going to have to go everybody's going to take lunch. I think is what we're headed for here. So.
Darvin Marvin.
All right. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and sign off because I have to clean this up. Ryan Holland said, way to go, Edge. Good job, Megan and DB. Shay said, tell Mark. I said, good job, please.
Mark had a
They
great
certainly
game
will.
today. In fact, Mark Morris is my player of the game for today
He did do amazing.
on both sides.
Both sides of the field.
With a I would say an honorable mention to Justin Holland for sparking those 2 rallies late. Those 5 and 6 hitters did it today for the Edge.
Yes. All right. We thank you again for joining us, and we are now signing off. We'll see you around 2:30. Bye.